Shock on the eve of the World Cup. The World Cup's later on tonight, and Spain have gone and sacked their coach, Lopetegui. I can never pronounce his name. He's been at the helm of Spain for 2 years, and they've sacked him. And the reason being is because he's gone against the Spanish Federation and is announced, well, the Real Madrid announced that he will be their new boss, and the Spanish Federation are literally furious. Luis Rubiales, who is in charge of the Spanish Federation, absolutely livid. He said, how can you do this to Spain? It's not how we do this in this country, in the national team, because he's went and joins Real Madrid on the sly, and the Spanish Federation only found out 5 minutes before all of this. Now, there was speculation, you know what the media like, people get a little bit upset, people get a little bit, oh, Rafa's leaving and all of that. And now, there's not many of us who believe what the media say in any case nowadays, but Rafa was linked, and people had the Borough Fan TV winding us up over on Twitter, the wind Paul up, saying Rafa's off to Spain and all this kind of stuff. But, you know, it made sense for Spain, we'll come back to Rafa in a minute, but it made sense for Spain to hire someone in-house rather than trying to go and haggle someone on the eve of the World Cup. They're not going to get a Rafa Benitez like that. They would have to haggle and pay the fee for the release fee of Rafa Benitez, the alleged release fee at Newcastle. And it made sense it was either going to be Celedez, who coming up from the under-21s, or Fernando Hierro, who was already the sporting technical director. Hierro's been appointed the Spain manager for the World Cup. But of course, when the World Cup dies off, things start to die off. You know, there is going to be speculation about, will Rafa Benitez then be linked to the, you know, the Spanish job? Of course, that is going to happen whether you like it or not. As a Toon fan, we have to live with having a world-class manager being linked to top jobs. Now, the news did shock everybody, and this is what Sharkey said about the sacking of Spain. We'll come back to Rafa in a minute.
Spain have sacked their manager. You're not hearing that wrong. Spain have sacked their manager with only a day to go of the World Cup. Now, I find this completely bizarre. I don't understand it. I mean, he's managing his nation. He's got a chance of winning the World Cup with Spain. Spain have still got a good squad on paper. And he's now been confirmed as the Real Madrid manager. Now, don't get us wrong. The Real Madrid job is a big job in football. I totally get that. However, Real Madrid should have done this after the World Cup. Now, Spain are going to go into this World Cup still as favourites alongside Portugal to win the group. However, the attitude of the players is not going to be the same as it was before. Now, for me, Spain have done this at totally the wrong time. I don't see why he could have just done 2 jobs at the same time, you know, just manage Spain and then move on to Real Madrid, you know. It just makes completely no sense whatsoever. And obviously I don't want to butcher his name because it's quite a confusing one, but really, like, it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever to why he's got to Real Madrid just now. You know, at least try and win one of the biggest tournaments in, you know, world football. There's nothing bigger than the World Cup, you know, and he's now lost that opportunity. What do the Spain players do now? Do they just sit there and be relaxed, or do they take it, you know, to the next level and give it 100%? Well, time will tell in the future. It'll just be one of those where Spain, you know, yes, will be favourites, but they probably won't go as far as they have done. History does tell you that, you know, that they are going to be up there with one of the favourites. You know, you look at the likes of Belgium, Germany, you know, they're up there as well. You know, to win the World Cup with Spain are always going to be up there because it's Spain, and they've proved that over the last, you know, sort of 8 years, 10 years that they can do it.
So that was Sharkey on his way to work talking about the sack, and he was surprised as well. I mean, on the eve of the World Cup, Sergio Ramos believed it was wrong. This is according to Guillaume Balaguer. He wanted him to stay, but you know what it is? If you're going to go looking for another job on the sly, I'm afraid you've got what's coming towards you. So I think he deserves to be sacked, mate. I know it's crazy, crazy time. Probably the wrong timing, but rightly so for what he's done. However, this will come round when the World Cup dies off. If past Rafa hasn't signed his contract, he'll be linked. There's not, without a shadow of a doubt, the Spanish FA Federation will be looking at Rafa Benitez after the tournament. I guess this depends on how well Fernando Hierro has done as well. Now, this will be an interesting how the chemistry and the morale in the squad during the World Cup, which is Sharkey's group. He'll keep you informed on the channel about that. Sharkey's done a video on Rafa Benitez being linked to the Spanish job, so go over 100% NUFC, give him a sub, have a look at that video on Sharkey's channel. Link is in the description as per usual for everybody. But I can't see it. I can't see Rafa leaving yet. I think we've still have to have our summer yet, and it's just going to be a load of rubbish when it comes back around. It really is as well. Just coming off that news, season tickets, if you're existing season ticket holder, you can now renew them. as well. If Newcastle have taken off the 10% discount, so if you're paying on a direct debit scheme, I think the minimum upgrade is, I think it's about £6-7 more that you'll pay on the minimum ticket that you have. I might be wrong on that, but that's what mine is anyway. But other news apart from that, World Cup starts tonight. The fixtures have been released 9 o'clock this morning. If you're watching this before 9 PM, they're coming out at 9 PM. There'll be a video on that also later on. We'll be doing the video about the fixtures later on today. Obviously, it's World Cup. It's Russia versus Saudi Arabia. Alicia's video will be out tomorrow on Friday. And then Sharkey's later on that night. So we'll keep an eye on that. And obviously, we'll keep you up to date with Rob with the England stuff as well. I'll be popping on Sky Sports News Live about 3:30 on Thursday, talking about the fixtures to the Sky lot. So keep an eye for that if you want to tune in for that. See my ugly mug. But that is it. Let us know what you think on that season ticket. But more importantly, the Spain one. Shocks everybody, doesn't it? Have a good night. We'll have a good day. See you later. Bye-bye. We want to know what you guys think of the World Cup. Message our Facebook page, Newcastle Fans TV. If you've got any clips of anything, it can be an opinion that you've got on something. It could be a goal. It could be goal celebrations. Whether it's England, France, Germany, Italy. It could be the World Cup final. Anything that you guys want to talk about, send in your clips, message our Facebook page, Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll get you onto a video.